All right, welcome to this week for CSIM and Operations Management 2. One of the things that I would like to just review with you is in Learning Plan 5 for this week for CSIM Round 3. I want to make sure that you know that you need to submit your decisions by Monday. Regardless of if you're the CEO or not, your decisions need to be submitted by Monday end of day. Your team CEO then is going to submit their team decisions by Wednesday. So this gives the CEO a couple of days to look over how everybody else suggested that they would do it, and then they can respond. But also, as a group, you need to review your team's financial statements from last week. What are you excelling at? List your biggest area for improvement and what steps can you take to improve the results. So I want you to post it here. This is not just for the CEO. The CEO can certainly coordinate everybody's conversation, but everybody needs to participate in this discussion. You can do it through email here, or you can do it in the forum in CESIM. So the forum in CESIM can be found right here. And you've got different universes and different posts. So I would highly encourage, there's a couple of teams that are doing really well at this, but last week I only received 2 people who submitted anything for their team regarding the decisions in this Blackboard. So make sure for this round, for CSIM Round 3, that you guys do talk and post by Wednesday what you're planning on doing from a financial perspective. If you're not going to talk to your team about it, then I would think at the very least you need to submit something on your own. So I will grade everybody's individually if we're not going to work together. So I get that it's an online class, but there's plenty of forms in which that you can work together to do this. And I'm receiving lots of feedback from people that no one's responding to their messages. If you send a message in CSIM, it will come back to their email. They have to log into CSIM to respond. So you need to come in, if you see an email from a teammate, that you need to come in and check on that, okay? I just want to make sure that everybody is pulling their weight. If this doesn't work this week, then next week I'll have everybody submit it individually. I don't want to put all of that pressure on the CEO if you're not going to work together on it, okay? So as far as where we're at, I'm just going to go to the decisions page in the team area, and actually I can pull up our results here, and I'm going to look at round 2 because that's what was concluded, and we can see from round 2 that the green team and actually the Techno Bluebirds and the orange team are very close, neck and neck actually. Very unusual for me, so I think that means that there's a few of you that are definitely getting this and understanding it. Generally I have some teams with very big discrepancies, and you guys are all hanging in there pretty closely. You can then see the cost for each of the team below. It looks like Team Orange did spend a little bit more, so you're going to see that your profitability overall is going to be a little bit lower than that of your other 2 competitors because you did spend more initially. But it seems like you're still doing pretty well, and sometimes we have to invest up front to make money in the back end, okay? And then you did invest die hard in some great things, I think, and that's why you're falling a little bit behind from a profitability perspective. But not all companies are profitable in their first year or 2, so definitely hanging in there. You will see, though, that your profit levels have been declining year over year, so you may want to take a look die hard, and I'll try to mention some things that you could change for this week to help improve your results. Techno Bluebirds made a huge adjustment this week from a profitability perspective, so great work there. And even Team Green doing well, pulling yourself up. Okay, so this is your total shareholders' equities and liabilities and everything that you have in place. So from an equity perspective, this is where you're at, your capital, and then any loans that you have is listed below. Okay. So if I go into ratios, I think I mentioned this in the video last time, from a ratio perspective, looking on return on capital, return on equity, anything in the 25% range is very good. Die hard, you're going to not be there just because your profitability is low, so that's why you have a negative number. So nothing else really impacted that other than probably your profitability. So everybody's doing really well here in that section, and I think that's something to pay attention to. Market reports. Looking at Team Green, Red, Techno Blues, and Orange, and Team Die Hard, this shows you your market share across. This should add up to 100%. So everybody gets a piece of the pie from a market perspective. So who's buying your product? So clearly DieHard has a little bit of room to make up, but this is a very promising sign here for technology too for DieHard. So you do have something in the works. I would guess that your pricing is probably off from your technology one. So yes, if I look down here, your pricing for Technology 1 DieHard is listed at $405, whereas your teammates are in some cases, in $200, $245. So really pay attention to the price that you're putting on your product. Same with your Technology 2, a wee bit high, okay? You can see the same trend in Asia as well, and you're a little bit more moderately priced in Europe, but your Asia and your US prices are a little bit off, so I would definitely adjust that for this week. Production report. This is your production. DieHard, you're definitely not producing as much because you're not selling as much. So your market share is lower. These all tie together. So you have less that you need to produce. You are producing some in Asia and some in the United States. But as far as your overall need, until you get your competition under control and sell a little bit more product, you're not quite there. So from a utilization perspective, you can see 100% utilization. That means Team Orange does not have enough production capacity to meet their demand. You certainly could have made more or sold more if you had that potential. So definitely increasing production for Team Orange is a really important thing. Team Red, great utilization. Team Green, I would just watch your, I'm not seeing it here, but I would watch your outsourcing just to make sure that you have a little bit less of that so that you can increase your utilization of your current production plants. So Team Orange, I see that you have definitely a bunch in the mix for next round, and this will definitely help you for under construction. So you're doing a good job thinking about that future, okay? And then from a cost report, this is where we'll see a little bit from a logistics perspective, products sold in Asia, products sold in Europe. Definitely you are sending a little bit to China instead of making in China, whereas you see in Team Orange, I think they were making in China, so they're spending a little bit less in logistics from that perspective. Your total production costs, you can see outsourcing costs. I think I mentioned to Team Green, reduce some of those outsourcing costs, and that will increase your utilization as well. And then you can see that with production too. So you do have the capacity for Team Green, I think, but I think you're just maybe using a little bit too much in the way of your outsourcing. So that would be really the only thing that I can think of right now. If you have any questions or concerns about CESIM and you're not sure about something, please feel free to send me a message. I could definitely create a video to help you understand and make some changes to help you improve. Thanks. Have a great week.